Been far too long, a little more than a decade, in one of the most scandalous upheavals of abusing the law to specifically profit yourself at the expense of your own daughter. But as of last week, make no mistake about it, Britney Spears is back. Free Britney. How about that? I thought she was already freed.
I thought so too.
Yeah, but I guess the court just kind of drug out everything, and now she's finally the conservatorship is over.
Good for her.
The free Britney people do not fuck around. They are probably pumped. But it's like, what do they do now? Because I feel like that was their whole life goal.
Dude, I went out on Thursday night. My roommate had some friends in town. And me and Jack, who's not joining us today, get in this Uber. It's just me and Jack. It's like 8 p.m. at night. And this large Asian man picks us up and doesn't say a single word to us, but has like Britney Spears, like slightly, like very lowly playing on the radio on his aux cord, but he is belting the lyrics. Not talking to us, just belting Britney Spears. And me and Jack are in the back about to lose it. But maybe he was celebrating Britney being freed. I didn't know that it just became official.
Mm-hmm. Had to have been. Yeah, Jack's out. Alex back with us. Alex, you were out shredding some gnar this weekend?
Yeah. So funny story. But yeah, so we started out normal. Went to Keystone and just had ourselves a good old day. Then a buddy of mine out here in Denver, he actually got a hotel room. So he was like, you guys just want to like kick it up in Breck? I've never been out at night there. I want to see the bar scene. And I was like, mountain bar scene isn't as like, it's not downtown bar scene by any means. It's not like huge. There's probably 2 to 4 places, but Breck is a larger city. So
right.
We go out, and basically when we get home, Ryan, our good friend, and the buddy who gets the place literally get into a fight. And it's like the most childhood, like 20-year-old, like imagine freshman, sophomore year of college when you're just like getting home from the bars and your buddies are fighting for no reason at all. Yeah, and so all of us other guys were just yelling at them like, guys, like you guys are acting like fool, blah, blah. And then they ended up by one kid goes, he goes, because you know what I think we need to do? I think we need to snuggle it out. And so then they just embrace and hug it out and like fall to the couch or whatever. And I was like, oh my God. And that's when we all just were like, we all need to go to bed probably.
Cooler heads prevailed.
Yeah.
Geez,
the Breck bar scene will do that to you, I guess.
Right. No kidding. That's one hell of a place. Austin, you are we got to get your recap here on finally watching Ready Player One. The metaverse is upon us only until you've watched this movie to understand it.
Yeah, Ready Player One's one of the coolest movies I've ever seen. Do I ever think that virtual reality will get that crazy? Probably not. I mean, to build a game like that, it probably takes centuries. I don't even know how they made the movie. But,
it's all CGI. Yeah, Spielberg's masterpiece.
It was a great storyline too, finding the egg, the 3 keys. But you know what I don't get is how you can like buy suits to like make you feel actually like what you
right.
Feel
you could like upgrade your equipment to be more immersed in this new universe. Yeah,
which is sweet. But like, what happens when you get shot in the heart?
I don't know. It's probably like a pain or something, dude. It's not unlike every app we kind of grew up on the iPhone playing, the App Store, where it's like, it doesn't. I never got into Clash, but isn't Clash like basically you could pay money to be better at the game?
Yeah,
mm-hmm. Yeah. That's
what the metaverse is going to be.
But I mean, they made it seem like such a big deal. If you like die in the metaverse, you lose all your coins and all your worth and everything. And it's like they were so reckless, like during those car races and those battles, and they never died. I'm like, all right, what the fuck's going on?
Right.
That's the exaggerated, like I feel like
that's the Disney
side
part
of it. Yeah,
totally.
exactly.
Yeah. That's good. You got caught up though. Yeah, make sure to check out Core Trades this week as we dive into more about the metaverse there. Any further thoughts on Britney? Otherwise, speaking of music, did you see what the baby got into this weekend? Not necessarily
I'm
with
trying
music.
to
No,
I'm trying to research the conservatorship or whatever and not getting far, but yeah, the baby.
Right. Well, Brendan and Alex, is this accurate? If it was DaBaby, this is my question. Was he just live streaming him arguing with his baby mama for like hours on Instagram?
Yeah, I don't
baby
know if it was
mom.
for hours, but it was for quite a bit of time. Yeah, I guess he like at the beginning was he was trying to kick her out. He was live streaming like super late at night, and he was like, "Get out of my house." And the next morning, she was still there, so we went live again, and then they just started arguing on camera. It was a fucking mess.
Didn't he get the cops
It was
called on her?
not very classy.
Right.
Yeah, she got I think she got charged with like 2 accounts of like simple assault or something.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, DaBaby?
DaBaby. Yes.
Oh baby,
correct.
yes.
Did she know that he was live?
Yes.
Yeah, he was like sticking it. It was so awkward. He was just like sticking it in her, like holding it like this, and they're just yelling at each other, like having an argument. Yeah. Do you think little baby kind of hates that DaBaby is bringing so much shame to his name? Like people who don't know the rap game too well are probably like, what the fuck?
But wasn't DaBaby first?
Was he? I kind of
I
knew
think-
about him at the same time.
I think Lil Baby was actually first.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you guys fuck with DaBaby?
No,
No.
I don't.
I see. I don't fuck with him either because of his. I used to fuck with his flow. I
It
guess
gets
as a
old.
rapper before.
He gets old after like 6 songs.
Yeah, he sounds
Right.
the same every song, I think.
Yeah, I love Lil Baby so much more. He's so fire.
Yeah.
Okay, that was crazy. But speaking of crazy things, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I was immediately like, I was just like in awe. I almost went down a wormhole. Jeff Bezos is not only predicting that humans will be born in space at some point, right? Everyone's going to Mars. It's space travel's commercial now. That's obviously watch Interstellar. That's where the world's going. But he also said that he believes humans will visit Earth like they do Yellowstone National Park now. Oh, bro.
Like
That's gonna
everybody will be
sick.
Everybody will be gone. And
We'll be living on a different planet. We'll be living on
Mhm.
Mars. And then it's like, hey, you want to go see what Earth's about this weekend?
Yeah, I think that's way past our lifetime, but I think that's a reasonable prediction.
Dude, isn't Elon Musk's Twitter I think his Twitter like banner or whatever, it's like a cryptic, it's Mars changing to look like Earth, and it's just in like a panorama. It's very
You are correct. It is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Looking at it
that's
right
what
now.
he's trying to do.
I
Yeah.
don't doubt that it'll happen one day. But I think this whole Mars talk is too early. I feel like we're gonna have to deal with Earth first before we go anywhere else. Neil deGrasse Tyson once said this quote, and he's like, if we have the technology to geoengineer Mars into Earth, then we have the geotechnology to engineer Earth back into Earth. So
Yeah.
it's like we gotta
Okay.
fix our own planet before we can actually go, populate
Right.
another one.
And they just had that climate summit or whatever, right? Which was so ironic because everyone flew in private jets to get to that damn thing.
Dude, I heard that these other countries want 1.3 trillion dollars of our money to be better at climate change and like treat the earth better. And everybody's like, what the fuck? 1.3 trillion dollars? Why don't we put all that money into research and work on, actually developing machines that can help the earth and then
Right.
build those everywhere?
Yeah.
That would be the play. We might have to get some further thoughts from Ian Carbett.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
But climate change is crazy. Like this is a story it's haunting. Storms in Egypt forced scorpions from the desert into villages where over 500 people were stung.
What?
Holy shit.
Yeah, like they had bad thunderstorms in the desert. Like it was insane. And the scorpions came and took shelter in the villages, and everyone was getting fucking stung.
Thunderstorm in
crazy.
the desert?
My grandma was like kind of grew up in Yugoslavia, and she said she would wake up with scorpions on her sometimes.
Dude,
Which-
that is not for me. Like,
That's not
No.
for me either.
shit, I can barely go to Arizona. I'm like freaking out about like tarantulas or some shit. My
Yeah.
brother went to Australia. And my parents are always trying to go. I'm staying away from that fuck place. I mean, sharks, you got fucking everything could kill you in Australia, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a live scorpion before. Like,
Yeah. They have
the
them
only
in
time I've seen
Arizona.
one is like,
yeah.
you know how they put scorpions at the bottom or like in tequila bottles sometimes? Have
Yeah,
you
that's
seen that?
right.
I think that's the only like actual scorpion I've seen, but that's obviously dead.
Dude, there's
Ew.
Missouri scorpions.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, we found one at the lake once. So my cousin got stung, and he's from Arizona. So his immediate thing is rush to the hospital. So we get to the hospital, and they just like laughed at him. They're like, "Oh, Missouri scorpions aren't shit." Like
It's like a garden snake. You think he's dead.
yeah.
Dude, I mean, Missouri's got they got some spiders, some snakes, I feel like.
Yeah.
I got
I
bit
don't
by
like
a
the spiders.
tick. I got bit by a tick once and was like severely ill.
You had
And I
Lyme
get my-
disease?
My blood drawn. They're like, oh, we don't know what it is. And then they're like, yeah, it's from a tick. Like, good thing you came to the hospital. And I was like, yeah, is it Lyme disease? They're like, no, but it's similar,
Yeah,
but just
ticks
not
are
as
fucked.
bad.
I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast. My sister-in-law got bit by this tick in Missouri called the Lone Star tick, and now she's just allergic to mammal meat for the entire rest of her life. She can't eat steak,
Fact check.
The
burgers.
tick made her a
The
vegetarian.
tick made her, yeah. Well, she can still eat chicken and
Okay.
fish, but it's
But not
all mammal meat. She's
meat.
allergic
Oh,
to.
mammal meat. Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
Crazy,
Chicken, a
but-
bird? Yeah.
Tick might do that.
I didn't think about that too.
Jesus Christ. That's like
Yeah.
what will happen if you give her a burger? She just
She doesn't die, but like she gets
Gets
like pretty
sick.
sick. Her throat
Yeah.
swells up. She like breaks out and like hives, just feels like shit. It's crazy. And there's the same thing happened to her sister.
fuck.
Insane.
Lyme
Dude.
disease is hella like in ticks prolific throughout the Northeast. It's terrible.
Dude, are the Lone Star ticks like around us, Brennan?
Yeah,
Great question. I know
they
they're
migrated
called
up
the
from
Lone Star
Texas?
ticks because they've got just like a little star looking shape on their back. I don't think it has anything to do with Texas being the Lone Star state.
Look that up. Fact checker.
No, yeah, everything he's saying is right. It's just a random like dot. that
An odd
they
name
call
for
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's I'm trying to figure out how common it is, but it is a wild disease.
Yeah.
So I'm also hearing different stuff about how like wildlife is evolving. So in South Dakota, like I never saw one, but there were rattlesnakes out there. People were talking about how like miss me the fuck with that. Miss me the fuck with that dead scorpion and that tequila bottle. I don't want to even be dealing with that. Rattlesnakes now in a move of adapting and survival of the fittest are being born without rattles. So it's just like, because that's their only way of being identified as a rattlesnake. And on top of
No
that,
way.
elephants now, since poachers are just killing the fuck out of them, there's elephants being born now with short tusks, if not no tusks. Because it's just, they
Is that why
realize,
poachers kill them for their tusks?
yeah,
Like
for
longer
the,
tusks,
what is
the
it
better.
called? The
Ivory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that shit's so fucked. But you're saying they're adapting to being born with no rattles because
That's how they get
kill
killed.
them?
Like people go on rattlesnake hunts to get rid of them. And
What?
obviously, like you realize it's a rattler if it's rattling. Now it's just a rattlesnake with no rattler.
Holy fuck. Hey, go back to that tequila thing. Did you know that if you take the gold out of Goldschlick or whatever, you can sell it for like $11 or $15 or something?
No, I think it's like how much is a bottle of Goldschlick? Or what is
Hold
the
up.
tequila called?
It's,
Is it
it's
called
like half
Goldschlick?
the amount of the bottle, right?
Yeah, I think the bottle costs like $56. And if you take all the gold out and like put it in a filter and then go to a pawn shop, you can sell it for $28.
Isn't that crazy?
You can get what would that be? 2 bottles for the price of, or 3 bottles for the price of 2.
I think it's like
Use
$15 and $30.
What, you're just
Yeah.
gonna like strain it almost?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty easy. Yeah. You just got to get a strainer.
The Factor Cap guys did it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Was it fact?
Yeah.
Is this factor cap in Japan, as reported by the New York Times? the elderly are using more diapers than babies are.
Where?
Just fucking shoot me at that point.
Wait, where?
Japan.
Do they just have more old people than
They do,
babies?
yeah.
Okay.
It's they're like a super aging population. Dude, if you are strapping on a diaper to me, just go ahead and just take a 2x4 to my head a couple times.
Wait, dude, that's gotta be cap.
Bro, no, come on. We got to check that. I'm good. Japan elderly diapers, New York Times.
And back to the gold thing. Yeah,
Yes.
right now it's definitely more profitable to just go strain out the gold.
Really? Wow.
like
Use some
by
income.
basically get your money back and then some easily. And then what was that? Chinese what?
Well, I did see this article. This article is way back from 2012. And it says sales of adult diapers will soon surpass those of baby diapers.
Wow.
The reason for Japan's plight stretches back decades. So that was back in 2012. So
It's
definitely
getting worse.
off that, fair to assume that by now.
Why do they live for so long? Like them specifically.
I don't know. That is a good question. It's
Or is it just people having less kids in Japan? You know,
that there's that too. I think it's like older people are like so cultural, they're like almost more relevant. I feel like they're higher up and you respect your elders so much more. I feel like in Japan culture. I've been there once. Super cool. I would love to go back. I have an uncle who was born in St. Louis who's lived there for like the last 2 decades just in Japan. It's crazy.
What?
wow.
What about the Chinese ruler just being like, yep, I'm just gonna be the ruler forever now. And
Oh,
they're like,
really? Yeah. Lord Chi.
Jinping Peng or something.
Yeah, that dude's a boss. He's like not only like reinvigorated China and like its economy and everything, but he's also like low-key a dictator.
Well, now he is a dictator.
Yeah,
right?
and then he's just like I don't know, I feel like he owns us. I feel like he owns Biden. Like they had like some freaking Zoom call together. I can only imagine like how awkward that was.
I saw that their economy over the past 20 years has grown at a rate that like we couldn't even grow in like double the time.
It's crazy. And it's just like, I don't know. Everyone's going like Nike. The reason they're so profitable is because they're doing all their freaking shit over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been to China. Any takers there? No.
I've never even been
Yeah.
to like Europe or
Oh, really?
I've been to South America and North America. That's it for me.
What part of Oh,
basically-
you've been to Brazil? Yeah.
Wait, Dylan, we gotta tell you this story. We were talking about the continents once, and we were like, do you think Jack could name all 7 continents? So Brendan was like, there's no chance. Call him right now. So we called Jack. He's like, we're like, what's up? He's like, I'm at the airport. And we go, can you name all 7 continents? I'm pricking right now, but he goes, North America, South America. Dude, I don't fucking know.
You put him on the spot.
You only named 2 though.
Yeah.
2 Americas. We gotta do a winging it overseas trip. We gotta get you overseas, Brendan. But yeah, you've been to Brazil. You were saying, Alex?
No, I'd want to go to China for sure. My uncle said he worked there like for years traveling and stuff. And I mean, just what we just said, the economy is nuts.
Yeah, I wonder what it looked like because there's definitely going to be some modern parts and there's definitely going to be like some third world parts of it. I guess it depends where you go, but I would also be kind of scared.
It's a massive country,
right? Yeah.
Dude,
Are you
I
ever
want to see
going
the rice patties.
Are you ever going? Yeah, right. Are you ever going to Russia? Like China and Russia, I might just be like, you know what? I think we're good.
Yeah, I don't think I have any desire to go to China or Russia.
Yeah, be a little.
I want to go to both.
Yeah,
I mean, I would just get scared that something's going to happen, that I'm going to get stuck there or something.
Yeah, like
Just
what's a good vacation spot in Russia?
Moscow. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Kremlin, jail. Ghost pepper nuggets now at BK Lounge, Burger King. Is this on your radar, Brendan?
No, however, Applebee's now has flaming hot Cheeto boneless wings that I just found out about today. So I will be going there. Burger King kind of scares me with I don't know why, but
I saw this video from a doctor that said flaming hot Cheetos is like the worst thing you can put in your body.
Brennan's life is cut in a third by Flamin' Hots.
I
Because it does-
rarely eat them anymore, like very rarely. But back in the day, I would put down like one of those little bags every single day.
He was like, it literally does more damage than smoking a pack of cigs a day.
What if you like cigs? I think I think on this podcast maybe a while ago, wasn't it a hot dog takes a day off your life?
Yeah, we did talk.
Yeah,
No, it was like a hot dog takes like 11 minutes off your life or something.
Yeah. We're
And it's like, if that's
off.
the case, fucking what's his name? Joey Chestnut was dead before we was even born.
36 minutes.
Yeah. Born 1990, died 1984.
Yeah. I love me a good dog though. Portillo's wouldn't be a public company in that way. We talked about the metaverse. Did you see the Facebook metaverse commercial and how fucking weird it was? It was all over the screens the weekend. I didn't even understand. It was kind of a trip, actually.
I didn't see it. No.
Alex, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like kids like staring into a painting, and then the painting like came alive, but it looked like 2D. Like it was
pretty trippy. Like it was this weird trans to like the metaverse. It was weird if you think about it. I don't know how to describe it. You got to watch it.
When are they gonna?
I wish I could share my screen or something.
When are they gonna launch the metaverse? Do we have any clue?
I think they're gonna hype it up so much. I mean, they only just changed their name to it. I think they're gonna operate in it for like a while and then kind of make sure it's bug free and then kind of release it.
Also, I don't get. Are you gonna have to order like a pad that's almost like a
360 treadmill
360 treadmill that like you can run on and move and shit?
Yeah, I was trying to explain that to you. Now you know what I'm talking about since you watched the movie. Yeah, like that's the upgrade where it's like shit, you're just a 360 treadmill. Shit, that's the future of fitness.
Wade, what's his name? Wade. He's like sprinting and then I'm like,
he's a badass, dude. That fucking I like, again, it's gonna be, you're gonna have to pay so much money to get so much shit in there.
But I was telling you right after I watched the movie, I literally almost bought an Oculus.
Yeah.
And I was watching
great.
like YouTube videos on the coolest games, and you can play like literally virtual ping pong with other people, and it's like super realistic. And I was
Are
like,
we fucking missing out on this? You know,
I don't know. I know that our friend Alex has one, so I'm gonna call him and see if it's worth it. But apparently he like plays like golf with his friends on it.
That would be sick.
And they're like together.
Yeah.
Like,
wow, we're gonna have to
fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, fun fact. Metaverse actually goes back to 1992. Author Neil Stevenson coined the term metaverse in his 1992 science fiction novel Snow Crash, which envisions a virtual reality-based successor to the internet.
was the internet even like?
That was like right as the internet was coming up. And it's a great transition because have you guys ever heard of this company Fireside Chat?
Nope.
So Mark Cuban is it's a Mark Cuban run business. And Mark Cuban is like, like the company talks about how he he had like this internet service or something. I think it was broadcast.com, and he sold it to Yahoo right before the .com bubble crash. And that's how he became like a billionaire. Now he owns the Mavericks and everything. So this company discovered reached out to me, and I had like a Zoom meeting, like meet and greet. I didn't even know what to expect, but they kind of showed me their app, and it was just like an information gathering thing. But it's like, I appreciate our audience, and I'm not trying to make them like run through hoops, to try and enjoy our content. I just want us to support the content and enjoy it, easily. I think they're trying to get creators to like move over to their platform, but it's this very grassroots thing that Mark Cuban's a part of, which is like, holy shit, that's interesting to me. I'll at least kind of listen, but I don't know if like, it's kind of just everyone's passing off of listeners and trying to kind of get them to their platform. But I wish Jack was here, because one thing they have on the app is you can just take clips from your show and turn them into an NFT, and it immediately goes to crypto.com.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Pretty
So
cool.
what's it called? You said?
Fireside.
So it's like a platform for creators that are like
Platform for creators. They've got like a base of 500 right now, and like the most famous ones they have are like Bob Saget, and then they've got like an exclusive with the Entourage guys, kind of watching. They're watching Entourage and kind of giving their thoughts for like the first time since the episodes ever aired.
Jay Leno.
Yeah, Jay
And
Leno.
they reached out to you, Dylan?
Yeah, they found my website, corbetsports.com, and they're like, hey, we're reaching out to creators to try and get you on the Fireside platform. And I was like, maybe we'll talk more about it off air if it's interesting. Because I mean, it's more for live shows. And I think we're so good in the on-demand kind of listen at your leisure.
is it free?
It is free. Yeah. But it's just, another app you kind of have to pay attention to and get on your phone.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll check it out. I think we'll have to ask Jack. The NFT thing is like, that's where it's smart. And the Zoom chat was crazy. I was in with like different people from like LA, like podcasters I've never heard of. Like it was all kind of like an introductory Zoom meeting. But like there was like this one mom there who like I guess has a podcast about gardening or something, and she was like, yeah, I don't really understand the whole NFT thing. And I was kind of just like nodding and grinning feverishly. I was like, yes. Like I was the only one who understood how cool that was. I don't know, it's like a different app. You might have to check it out.
I've never made an NFT, but I've heard it's extremely easy to make one.
Yeah.
Like Joey's made NFTs.
Really? We gotta look at those.
I don't know if he's sold them, but they're pretty funny.
We're gonna have to get a hold of those.
Yeah.
All right, should we wrap up quickly here and then maybe get some on the fly tea coming up? Let's get to a shameless plug. If you enjoy the content, support it by subscribing on YouTube. We're 8 away from 100 subscribers. So if you haven't done that, if you like watching Wingin' It, you could check it out there and subscribe. Follow on Apple Pod, Spotify, Wingin' It on Instagram, Twitter, etc. Tell your friends and family. We're down to last call for shirts. All right. How about this? We have got just 1 XL short sleeve left, 2 long sleeves left. We are sold out of the short sleeve in large, and then we just have a handful medium and smalls. So get it now if you want the we've got more merch coming, but if you want the exclusive first Wingin' It drop merch, the long sleeve, the short sleeve, which I'm wearing right now, softest shirt I own. Alex, I'm shooting you a large. Get those before they are officially gone. And this is Wingin' It. We're back after this. All right. Alex Bursick, Brendan Duarte, Austin Platts. No Jack D with the T, so it's everyone's favorite substitute T with Austin P. How about that?
Whoa.
Rhyming out here. Austin, let's get to it.
All right. President Biden has signed the $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure package into law. Some of the main projects, $73 billion for electricity grid, $66 billion for railroads.
Really? All right.
Better be building bullet trains.
Yeah.
Oh, it does say rail. So
Elon Musk is trying to build like an underground, like, isn't that thing from like Florida to New York or something? The super train.
It's the boring company. Yeah. And they literally are boring holes through the ground. But I forget what city it is, but a city in California gave him permission to basically do what he pleases underneath a certain like land. And so he basically just used the company to practice there. And I think, yeah, he's coming up with trains across the US or something.
I fuck with trains. I mean, it's just if you can kind of space out, there's a table. You could see more scenery as opposed to a plane. You get takeoff and landing, and then it's just clouds.
Have you seen the guy on TikTok that's like obsessed with trains?
I think I have. Yeah, no. I think that made its way to my
like
page.
Obsessed. He has like his GoPro that like
and people have been making fun of him now, right? Like this like, guy. I don't know.
He like stays up late to see his favorite trains pass by. But instead of having the GoPro point away from his head, it points at his head. So an up close episode.
Yeah, this dude is very awkward, but his love of trains is not.
Okay, yeah, 66 on railroads, 65 billion for broadband.
Yeah, it's like going to be mostly highways, right? I was asking kind of my father-in-law, who's like, a contractor. But yeah, he was saying it's more kind of fed. I was like, shit, what don't we already have so much goddamn construction? What is this? More construction? But I guess.
Yeah, I'm not really sure to be honest, but I don't know if that's in this breakdown. This is just key projects.
Yeah.
There's also 47 billion for climate resiliency and 21 billion for environmental projects. Kind of
Hold
over.
on. Someone definitely got paid way too much money to make sure the word resiliency got in there, but that's money well spent.
And how about this one? $15 billion for removing lead service lines.
There you go. Finally. Yeah, it's like shit. We totally needed this bill, right? It's like about time we got to this.
Yeah, the Democrats took forever to like get anything accomplished.
It's Joe. I'm doing my best to like kind of finally wean off of politics. It's been a year, right? But is Joe Biden just like, is he just terrible? Like,
The videos you see on TikTok of him are pretty funny.
Well,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure like even Democrats don't like him.
right. Like, I mean, it's
Yeah.
anything's an upgrade, but it's just kind of like, wait a second, what are you really doing? Like, there've been some messes. He's like Jimmy Carter. Like everyone kind of looks up to Jimmy Carter, but people are just kind of like, he was just a meh president.
Did you see the speech he gave to the Pope, and he gave the same speech on Veterans Day?
Did he? Oh my god!
About he's like, this Negro baseball player, hit 7 home runs in one game or something, and said, if you didn't know how old you are, how old would you be? And that was the end of the story. And everybody's like,
What
Yeah,
he's talking about.
everyone, the
Are you
guy like
talking
wakes
about?
up, starts clapping. Yeah, good lord. Yeah, I think he's probably in the diaper stage, honestly.
He needs to go to Japan.
Right.
you should do a poll if he's a diaper.
Yeah, poll. Is Joe Biden perhaps wearing a diaper? Is Joe Biden in the diaper stage?
And the adult diaper stage.
That's our now Clay Travis and Ben Shapiro are going to promote our podcast because they love us.
And then the last one, 7.5 billion on electric vehicles. I don't get that. Does Elon and them just like get money from the government? I'm pretty sure they do.
Well, also they give like tax breaks to companies and people
Yeah.
who purchase electronic vehicles. So I'm sure that factors into it.
Right. Inflation hit a 30-year high last month, and 4.4 million people quit their jobs in September.
Yeah.
What is that affecting the most? Is it gas? I'd like what is the picture for that? I think the picture I saw was like gas prices to kind of hit home how inflation is hitting.
I
Or is it
haven't
like
gotten
crackers?
gas in a
Like,
couple weeks, to be honest.
really?
It has gas risen.
I think so. I think so. There's like people that follow that religiously, but I'm just like,
I try not to look at it.
Yeah,
but
I'm just filling it
definitely
up.
has risen. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think prices you'll start noticing a lot more in the coming months.
Does I haven't even thought about this like in this way. Is Tesla just like a huge saver of money, or is buying an EV vehicle just like going to save you on gas like almost tenfold immediately? Or are there different charges I'm not thinking of there?
It still costs money to fill up your to use
To,
all
like,
that
charge?
electricity, but it's just less.
And you go way longer distances. You definitely save a lot of money. I think when you go to buy the car, I could be wrong, but they show you how much you'll save over the years projected.
There's still
Um,
tax credits depending where you live.
Yeah, like Aaron said that when he was trying to get a Tesla, that they were just going to give him $5,000 to buy the Tesla, and he could drive in the carpool lane.
What? Wow. Okay. I would sign up for just that. Wait a second. So like I feel like all of our next cars are just going to be EV, right? Like that's just it would be stupid to buy a gas car. Would it not?
I agree, but I don't know. I don't know why they're doing so many incentives. If I heard that if you order a Tesla today, you won't get it till October 2022. So like they're backed up already.
Yeah. Damn.
It's not
shit.
like they're in low demand.
Are PS5s available now? I need to get one. Wasn't that
No,
back
they're
the
still
fuck
really
up?
hard to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Are you
can-
getting in the PS5 game? Anyone? No.
No.
I would get an Xbox, but
Oh yeah.
no,
that's
I'm
me.
not going to. Probably till sometime next year, late
Sure.
next year.
What I don't like about the PS5 mainly is that you have to charge the controllers and they die all the time.
Really? Okay.
Also, I tried to
you
go on
can-
the internet on Jordan's and there's like no internet. There's like no like internet explorer.
you can find them on StockX for like $800, I think.
Jeez. A new poll found that 69% of US voters believe cancel culture unfairly punishes people for past actions and statements.
What was that? Sorry.
69% of US believes that cancel culture unfairly punishes people.
No, I agree because like
Yeah.
people will get quote unquote canceled for something that happened like 10
Retroactively.
10 to 12 years ago or something like that. And while it's like important to acknowledge that you messed up, like people can change for the better within that amount of time. So I think
No,
it's-
agreed. And I've taken to, it sucks and it's not an excuse, but like it's like what Matt Damon said and he got killed for it. But it was just like that dude grew up in Boston. Like you
Yeah.
couldn't, not use a homophobic slur, growing up. Shit, when we were in high school, we were throwing that around like it was nothing because we didn't use it as we were meaning it to hurt someone. We were just kind of like, it was just a different verb for us to kind of make fun of our friends, not necessarily. But then once it was like, okay, this is a message of hate. It's like, well, shit, yeah, you shouldn't be saying this.
Yeah, it's almost like they get off to like literally canceling people. It's like, okay, got him on to the next. Who can we
they
find
just
and
spend
dig
like
up
their
next?
whole
It's
lives
like,
like searching for something that's
Yeah.
wrong.
As soon as
Also-
somebody has success, there's someone searching to tear them down.
Yeah.
also like they're like forcing people to take down statues of people that had slaves. It's like everybody had slaves back in the day. What are you supposed to do? Not have slaves?
Yeah, like Thomas. Yeah, I mean, who
They
knows?
should
Thomas
just go ahead
Jefferson,
and
right?
take off the what is it, the Washington Monument in DC, like just the big spike or whatever.
Yeah, no,
Like people have to realize times were different even like 10 years ago.
yeah, it is crazy. It's almost like we're fighting history, and it's dead. Yeah, cancel culture is a new one though, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know what's worse, the far left or the far right, but we won't get into that.
That's a great question. Put that on the poll up, Alex.
Yeah.
What's worse, the far left or the far right?
It's a good
I used to think it was the far right, but I think it might be the far left.
I hate everyone. I can't. It's stop. It's terrible.
A 9-year-old boy died making the Astro World count 10 people.
Yeah, that's sad.
So
That's
sad.
fucked.
Yeah. That's
Awkward transition, but the TikToks with piecing together Travis Scott's apology video with like me as a 7-year-old trying to like figure out my video game, and it all of a sudden goes to Travis Scott just like, damn it.
There's some funny TikToks of making fun of his apology video.
I
I
haven't
mean, it was
even
terrible.
seen-
Like, is he gonna? He should at least just lose like a shit. I mean, give the families the tragedy a shit ton of money for this.
I
Obviously,
think he said he was refunding everyone, but yeah, he should definitely pay for like all the costs associated to the families of people who
give him
died.
a kick-ass funeral, medical expenses, etc. Yeah,
And I saw Roddy Rich, who was performing at Astroworld the day after it happened. He like put on his Instagram story. He's like, I'm donating all my profits to families of people who
Has
died.
Drake said anything? I feel like he's been super quiet on this whole front.
Yeah, he has been pretty quiet. I bet his lawyer is telling him to be quiet.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he should do the same too.
Am I the only one thinking? What the fuck is a 9-year-old doing at Astro World?
Yeah, there were kids at ACL, honestly. Now that I think of it.
Yeah.
Also, he's
What is
in,
that like? Yeah, I guess he does kind of advertise to kids almost.
he's in Fortnite.
Yeah,
He had a whole like live concert thing
Fortnite,
with them, too.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what? I don't know. Maybe as a young dad who turns up to Travis Scott too. I don't know.
He got canceled out of Fortnite though.
Yeah. So I mean, now Travis Scott's getting the run.
Yeah,
how
like are
about?
him and Kylie still together?
I think so. She was at the concert. How about I just lost my train. Oh, the ambulance that was driving through the crowd. Travis Scott goes, I thought it was a golf cart with police lights. I mean, what are you doing there?
Yeah, the whole situation is just fucked.
Yeah.
Like 10 people dying.
That's
terrible. They're awaiting the verdict of Kyle Rittenhouse, and 500 National Guard troops are on standby. Have you seen clips of this trial?
I actually have seen. What are the funny ones? It's him.
One of him crying is funny, but I was watching a clip. The prosecutor is absolutely fucking it. He's like pissing the judge off.
Well, what's up with the judge? It's like he's trying out for a new sitcom. Like he's trying to take Judge Judy's spot. Like he's like giving material like in between different shit.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't either, but yeah, it's his first airtime, and he's like making use.
Yeah, he's like, I saw like he was making terrible jokes or something. It's like Judge comes under fire for this joke. I was like, it's a mess.
But didn't like his phone went off and it was God Bless America or something. And the prosecutor was like, is it true that you play video games that shoot people? And Kyle's like, what like that you shoot people in video games? And Kyle's like, what are we doing here? Like,
it was like, wait, did you think it was cool to buy the AR-15 because you thought it was cool?
Right.
No, it was, the best was, is this your TikTok name? At 4 doors and more whores.
Yeah. This is kind of off topic, but did you see the video of, so there's like online court via Zoom now because of the pandemic, and someone joined they were a defendant in a trial, and they joined the courtroom, and their username was buttfucker3000. The judge is like, get the fuck out of my courtroom with that bullshit name.
Yeah, she's like, oh, you must be the dumbest son of a to come in here with butt fucker. And this guy's just like, oh my God, I can't believe what that's not me. That's oh my God.
Yeah. And then lastly, we talk about this a lot, but 76% of American adults believe Facebook is making society worse. I feel like that's a little high.
What was the percentage?
76 of American adults.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't really think it's making society that bad. I mean, they could definitely cut back on the shit that they do, like considering mental health and stuff, but 76%.
I don't even use Facebook. Like, I went through a weird stage where, like, in South Dakota, people were so clearly like super into Facebook still, where I was like almost not even using the app anymore except for checking birthdays. Like it's very in the Dakotas, like it's just, society's, it's not visibly back, but there's just like shit like that. It's like Facebook's the most popular medium in South Dakota, which is like, it's not even the case anywhere.
I do think this is talking about the whole company though. So like Instagram as well.
Yeah. Well, Instagram, you could see it where it's like, I don't know. It's kind of the whole thing with magazines. People are like, oh, how are girls supposed to look up to that? Now that's turned into Instagram.
Instagram models. Yeah. And we've talked about it a bunch, but I just thought that number was really high.
Yeah.
But that's all I got.
Good stuff. Winging it here. Alex, good to get you back. We've got Jack Duncan waiting in the wings for next week. Brendan Duarte, Austin Platts with the substitute T. Good stuff this week. We'll talk to you the next one.